Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of Cooking with the Network here on the Ohio Page Education Network YouTube channel. For today's episode, we're actually going to go step-by-step process of me making strawberry bread, a bread I first made in 4-H when I was 14 years old, or 25 years ago back in 1999. So we already started out partially. We are in the process right now of basically beating together the batter that is the egg and sugar mixture. We're trying to make sure all the granulates are kind of beaten into this is what it is right now. Because, and honestly, the texture of it, if I can just get it to pop there, kind of almost looks like vanilla pudding or like something similar to that, if that were the case then. So, but yeah, so it's basically you start out with these two things. You start out by mixing the sugar and the eggs together, and then you're adding in vegetable oil and vanilla, which unfortunately I did not have any vegetable oil. I had to use canola oil as a substitute today. Hopefully it tastes similar. I think it does because I was looking it up earlier. I was going to use extra virgin olive oil, but then I was like, I think there's canola oil here someplace. Is what it is. Some kind of oil here someplace. And then, of course, I looked on the rack over there and, yep, found a little bit. There's what it was. So, yeah, pretty much it's going to be like a little spot of something here or something. Try to get that out of there now. Grab a Kleenex here and get that out of there. It's like a little chunk of junk or something there. That's definitely not needed to be in that recipe. But yeah, so basically you just beat this shit together pretty good, and I think it's pretty much beaten the way it needs to be beaten. So plan right now, we're going to put our olive oil and vanilla into this mix, beat it some more, and then from there it's basically you add in the oats, the baking soda, baking powder, cinnamon, and whatnot, and then you add in the strawberries last, I believe is what it is, which I think we did pretty good crushing up the strawberries today. We had to use a spoon. It took us about an hour to get it done there, so yeah, it wasn't really fun, dude. It sucked having to do that full time, and then I think I might have broken my hand too today because I was pissed I couldn't find teaspoons, and because everybody's moving everything and didn't know where everything was, and yeah, I think it was just having emotional things because this is the first time I've done this without mom, obviously, and yeah, unfortunately, it became a whole thing, and yeah, I pretty much just beat my fucking fist into the wall is what it was, so yeah, not fun at all, but definitely an emotional and trying day for sure on that one. Sorry, I just found something in there. It's like a little piece of something or other. Like felon or something probably. So anyway. But yeah, so I'm gonna go back over there for a sec. Throw in the other stuff here so we can get this done and get it in the oven as fast as possible. So alright. So we're adding in the oil, which definitely changes the consistency of that right now. And then we also need to add in vanilla here, which thankfully we got that done. God, it does not want to stay in there. Okay, what's the other thing? It is a teaspoon of vanilla. Teaspoon here. Yeah, crap. Our whisk is kind of zipping around this bowl. For those interested, this is actually a Tupperware bowl I got when I was within the company. So okay, vanilla's in there. All right, set that back. Okay, so we got vanilla in there. Okay, Okay, add in vanilla and oil, beat again. Makes sense. Just gonna get all this mixed in together. That's what it is. This oil's wanting to mix in was the issue right now. It probably will eventually though, because it's going to be whenever the flour would be thrown in here momentarily, it'll probably mix in. That is my guess. The flour's probably going to absorb some of it here in a minute or two. So. Maybe that's why you add the oats and we add them in or something, because that could do it too as well. So, yeah, that should be good enough. Give it about 5 more seconds. Okay, that should be good then. Okay, so then let's see. Going by the recipe book here, we are now adding in the flour, the cinnamon, the oats, the salt, the baking soda, and the baking powder. So it's going to be, what are we at now? 2 cups of flour here. Put our flour here. This scooper thing that we have here. Let's dump this into the thing the correct way. Here's what it is. Yeah, damn, it's got flour on me. Take quite a lot, actually. But it was almost a perfect cup, though. So there's that. Okay. It's not quite enough. Just a little bit more flour. Should be enough right there. Yeah, just a teeny bit more. Apparently one of my little cousins met that piece of shit Amelia Sykes recently. So that was interesting. So I had to bite my tongue on that one because I was like, yeah, that raging cunt definitely fucking cheated her way into office. Not to mention she's a complete and total black supremacist piece of shit in general. So, anyway. But that's besides the point. Yeah, man. There's a lot of dust. Looks like I'm doing cocaine over here or something. I'm just kidding, you two. I'm just making fucking batter, is what it is. Alright, so let's see. So we got the flour thrown in. Let's see, oats, cinnamon. So we gotta do salt. And it's a teaspoon of salt. Okay, so grab our teaspoon again. And grab our salt shaker here. Ah, crap. Yeah, I'll just take this whole thing off and just dump a little bit in here. Okay. So salt's in there then. Alright. So salt's added. We got our Thankfully, my cousin was able to give me some oats and stuff today that we needed. Because I was missing oats, cinnamon, the powder, and the sugar, or the baking powder and baking soda, because my idiot fucking sister, in her wisdom, decided to throw a bunch of so-called expired food away without asking me. And a lot of that stuff that was barely expired, that could easily be used, because, you know, like I can eat it, obviously, and I would eat it. It was, she just chucked it. And I think she also chucked, like, what was technically, like, good oils and stuff, too, on top of all that, so. Trying to make sure I get all this baking powder to. Dude, I swear to God, if somebody, like, had stopped my cousin and was like, what's in the bag? He's like, baking powder. They'd be like, bro, it looks like cocaine. That would be baking powder and baking soda. Because I'm not even going to lie, this shit doesn't look like cocaine in a bag. So, it's not, though. It's just baking soda and baking powder. That all in there. And I think this is the baking soda. Okay, so now we are, okay, everything added in there. Okay, and then we're supposed to add the strawberries and the nuts into this. I think we're gonna beat this all together first before we add the strawberries in here, because there's like a lot of shit right now. And we're gonna do like a little beat right now, and then we're gonna add the 2 cups of strawberries on top of this. Okay. And now that this is all together here, I shall make my way over to the actual computer now and show you guys kind of what this looks like before it's all really mixed together is what it is, which eventually I'm going to take a spatula here and I'm going to mix it really well. So that's what it looks like right now with everything mixed in there. And then we got our spatula here. So we got a whisk too as well. So, trying to just whisk this shit together a little bit right now, and then so just trying to beat the mixture all together is what it is there. Unfortunately, a lot of it's getting stuck in this whisk. So just trying to beat everything. Add like one thing right here is what it'll be. But yeah, this is definitely a job for sure. And actually, the nice thing about using the whisk is that you can kind of crush the strawberries a little bit more into this, so it's not like a whole issue where you got like, you know, big hunks of strawberry or whatever there. You can actually just have the strawberries all, you know, kind of crunched in there is what it is. The thing is too, when it actually cooks, then it'll end up as you're crushing the strawberries into this mix, it'll actually take on a thing where when it starts to bake, it'll actually solidify them down a little bit more, and so they'll turn in. They'll still be hunks of strawberry in there is what it is. But it'll be like smaller pieces than is what it is, because it literally like just cooks it and like sort of just crunches it down a little bit is what it is there. So yeah, you want to have it be very much done up here. Obviously it says mix well, so I think I'm gonna move from the whisk here and do this in an actual spatula is what it is right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my whisk aside for the time being right now, and then we're going to take our Tupperware spatula, mix this bitch up real good then. Not that I shill for Tupperware or anything like that, because I don't work there anymore, but I mean, it's still a good company. I will tell you stories though from that company. They do fuck you over for real when you're a consultant. If you're, honestly, the sad fact is it's a legal pyramid scheme, because basically the only people that make money are the ones at the top. And I was at one of the conventions some years back now, and this one chick was talking about peaks and valleys this and peaks and valleys that and everything else like that. And it's like, yeah, you get a peak and then a valley and the peak valley, et cetera, et cetera. I never experienced that shit, dude. I experienced the fucking valley, and that was it. And the problem is, really what it comes down to being is, the Tupperware business is like this. You basically have to live in a major city to even get like a decent base of customers. And especially to get some people that are like, have some money and can do like consistent parties and stuff like that. Because there was the one chick that was my boss at one point. She actually had a woman that would come to her every single year and spend at least $1,000 something on Tupperware. And now, granted, that woman was super rich and stuff like that, but she also had it's anything over $500 is considered a party at that point, or at least it was back when I was working the company and stuff. So it back now is what it was back in 2018, 2019, it wasn't there. And so what you end up having was a situation there where they you would have that woman basically cover her entire thing for like that, one thing is what it was then for a party that she needed for that like 3 weeks or a month or whatever it is there. And then it would be just like, 11 of the parties she would need throughout the years what it is, which that's the problem though, is I never got that stuff, especially during lockdowns, dude. Like that was I think that was the biggest fuck up on this company's part right there, was because there was people that were doing like online parties and stuff like that, but before then, and they could have just as easily been like, okay, here everybody, here's like a guide to how to do like an online party, have at it, make sure you're making some money here and make sure you don't, lose your job and stuff like that. No, they didn't do none of that fucking shit, dude. And then, of course, I was one of the many casualties at that time, which I'm sure there was other people in this company that were casualties and stuff there. But it's like, there's the thing, man. Like, you would think being a man who sells Tupperware, like, that's a fucking niche market, dude. That's totally untapped. So it's like, yeah, you guys totally lost out big with me. You could have made me, hell, man, they could have propped my ass up as the fucking, like, face of that company as a dude, basically. And I could have been a fucking figurehead at some point for that whole thing. And they could have made me fucking millions, honestly, dude. Shit, I'd probably be having a car at this point right now that says Tupperware on the side of it if it wasn't for that shit. But anyway. I'm not sure what I forget what the consistency this is supposed to look like. Because obviously it says mix well. And it looks like it's mixing pretty well together right now. So, I think it looks pretty good now. Yeah, I think this is probably about the consistency you'd want it to be. Where it kind of looks like almost like a porridgey stew consistency and stuff like that there or whatever. So, but yeah, that's what it looks like when it's all done up right now. So, yeah, I think that looks pretty good right now. So I think we're gonna. What the fuck is that? Yeah, I think that might have been like a strawberry stem or something that got mixed in there. A piece of something or whatever. Yeah, whatever. It's whatever, man. Can't find the damn thing now. Oh no, I'm sorry. It was just a little chunk of strawberries. What it was that got like tore apart basically and looked like something weirder. So, all right, but yeah. So this is gonna be like pretty much ready to go. Now it's just basically me going out there and greasing a couple of pans. I'm gonna take a stick of butter and just grease the pans what it is there, because it's just easier to do it that way, obviously. And then from there it'll be I was gonna say, yeah, you gotta grease the pans. And then I think my aunt told me to put like a little bit of flour in there too, just to make sure it'll come loose. I forget offhand. I feel like that's what she mentioned to me, but I can't remember now. But yeah, so basically they should be ready to roll now. It's just, a matter of getting the stuff together now and going in there and doing whatever then. So I think I will leave you guys with an empty chair again for a few minutes here. It'll be. I'll just leave this batter sitting here too for the time being. Take that whisk out to wash it out. Take the cup out too, actually. Wash both of these things right now. pans. Yeah, I'm not going to use that butter. Get a fresh stick out of the fridge here. These two pans here. Oh, that's a good thing I just checked that. There was actually 3 pans here. That pan looks pretty good. A little bit more on the side, maybe there. Sure, looks nice and greased up. Yep, looks nice and greased up. Get the second pan here. Grease the living shit out of this. Rinse that pan out a little bit. Butter. Slippy in my hand right now. There, that was nice and greased up. Nice greased up deaf guy. Toss this old butter out of here. Stick in it. Throw that in the fridge. Okay, so now that we got these nice and greased up, man, this is a task tonight. Oh, I gotta sit down for a sec. Whew, man. All right, let's see. Okay, so bake it 350 for an hour. So pour into 9 by 5 by 3. I think that we had that. It's supposed to be 9 by 5 by 3 loaf pans, which is what we have out there. I'm pretty sure that's the size of those. If it's not, I have a bunch of small ones too, and I also have another big one. I could always grease that one up and do like half of a loaf or something in that one. But yeah, we're gonna take this out there now. Get up into these loaf pans. right now. Really want to come properly. So that's just the back part of the spatula. That should be good then. What's up, that fucking bowl? Spatula 2 more. Okay. So these should be. I think this one might be a bit more than the other one. Just a tad bit of that in there. Okay, so that should be good to go. Turn the oven on to bake here. Throw these in the bake. Okay, mix is in. Now we just need to set our alarm for the next hour. Which thankfully we have a timer for that now, which I'm going to use momentarily. Oops. Up to 62. Should be more like 59 minutes now. Alright, so that should be done in about an hour, give or take. I'm trying to put my towel over here because it's hot, man. I'm sweating right now. Yeah, that was a task, man. It's been about almost 2 hours since I started this endeavor today. Got the rest of the fresh strawberries here. Well, not the rest of them. We got another whole pack in the fridge, smart and the thing in there. So, that one was super good. Ooh, that was super juicy. This one's probably not quite as good. There's a lot of big ones I noticed today that they had now what do you call it now? It was what you called on them, where you would have it was like a little white on top of it. So yeah, we're gonna bullshit here for about an hour. I think I'm probably gonna game for the next hour, honestly. And then we're gonna do some other stuff. I'm gonna put the fucking air on because, or not the air on, but the fan on because I am fucking sweating right now. And I'm thinking it's the heat in the oven that got to me there is what it was probably. So turn that on slightly. Man. But yeah, so basically strawberry bread. We're gonna have a little chat about that right now. So when I was 14, I was in 4-H, and I did a thing at the time called Let's Make Quick Breads, and it was basically a way for me to learn how to cook. Mom encouraged it, like she always did. She would always encourage me for stuff like that. And yeah, I basically, with this particular bread, I took third place in a what do you call it now? In the competition that year, which is bullshit because I should have taken first, honestly. And the reason I didn't take first is because they totally fucking scumbag me, man. I swear to God. So I was over. So what they said was, or at least they told my 4-H group, Little Rascals at the time, was, okay, he needs to come here this day. He needs to have his bread ready to go with him, already cooked and ready to roll, basically, so they can test. The judges can sit there and test it, like, right now. So okay, so basically the previous day, Mom and I were out there, we were cooking it up and stuff like that. We were doing everything that needed to be done there, figuring it out together. She helped me basically do ingredients and stuff like that and measure out things and stuff like that, because she would always do things like that. That's what it was. And so the two of us, were doing our thing there, what it was. And then, she proceeded to basically tell me, like, hey, you need to put this here, put that there, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And eventually it got to the point where, everything was good to go. We were good to roll. And she was like, okay, cool. Put it in the oven, whatever the case be. And, we were ready to roll the next morning is what it was then. And we had the bread with us ready to go already. So I get there and I come to find out that there are anywhere from like 2 to 5 ovens that are set up and ready to be used by people if they want to use them. And people are now being encouraged to make your bread on the spot. And I'm like, how the fuck is that fair? Like, bro, I just made this shit like 8 hours ago. It's now stone cold. And yet, meanwhile, these 2 fucking bitches that were in the competition against me proceed to basically make their bread on the spot there, so it's fucking hot to the taste. I'm sitting there with this cold ass bread, and of course I end up taking third then. So yeah, it's total fucking bullshit, dude, entirely. I swear to God, it was a way for Stark County, the Stark County Fairgrounds to fuck me over then, because it felt very scumbaggy, is what it was, dude. Like, it's like you're specifically telling the kids that are part of this fucking thing to make this and bring it with them, which I did, only to come to find out that I could have made it there on the spot in the next hour and a half or so, give or take. Had enough time for it to cool down, still be hot to the taste, but still be very good. Yeah, it's bullshit, dude. The thing about this bread, though, is this is one of these breads that when I take it out of the oven here in the next hour or so here, I'm going to leave it sit, obviously, for a few minutes there. It's not going to be one of these breads that tastes very, like, it has a flavor to it, obviously, initially. But the thing is, that flavor actually gets better the longer it sits around. So instead of it just being like, okay, it's going to be good tonight, it's going to be, whatever then, it's like, no, bro. If it sits long enough, like a day or 2 from now, it's going to be so much better then. Like, it's going to have so much better flavor to it. It's going to have so much better taste to it, etc. And it's because it has that better consistency, that better flavor, that better taste palette, etc. There's what it is. So, yeah. It definitely... It has a lot of stuff that adds to the flavoring, is the best way I can describe it right now. Because there is... I don't know what it is. I guess it's just like the taste of the strawberries or something like that. That's what it is then. Just like pops in that after the fact is what it is then. So it just tastes so much better overall then. But yeah, it just tastes so much better, dude. It just tastes so much better. So but definitely when you have this compared to like other stuff, and there is a difference too, by the way, when you don't add nuts versus adding nuts. But of course I didn't have nuts to add today is what it was. These nuts. But no, seriously though, fucking around. But no, honestly though, for real though, this particular bread, like I said, it does different. There is a different consistency when it does have the actual, like walnuts or something else added to it. Is what it is. I think we've only done it with walnuts before. Is what it is. I know you can do it with other kinds of nuts too, though, like pecans, cashews, etc. There, I'm sure. Although technically cashews are not really nuts; they're actually seeds. They're from something called apple. Fun fact on that one: the cashew apple is made. It's a foreign apple that grows in, I believe it's South American countries. But the thing is, it'll rot before it ever gets to American soil. So what ends up happening is you then have them export the cashews and call them nuts that are actually the seeds of the cashew apple is what it is. So yeah, fun little fact for those who don't know about that one. I didn't learn that until about probably 15 years ago, give or take. So, and I've been making this bread for like 25 years off and on. So that's cool. But yeah, this is one of these ones that Mom and I would make every spring and summertime when the strawberries were in season and everything was way better than what it was, dude. And, it's a sad day. It's a sad day that she's not here with us anymore. And like I said, that's probably why I was beating my fist into the thing earlier, because just the rage of emotion and stuff like that and everything. And yeah, it doesn't feel good, man. It doesn't feel good to know she should be here and she's not. So it just sucks, honestly. But anyway, how much time do we got left right now? About 50 minutes to go right now. I can kind of smell it baking in there. Like I can kind of smell some aroma right now making its way up there. So I assume that's the aroma of the bread baking right now. Probably rising over. Hopefully it doesn't rise over. I was trying to do them pretty well because it seemed like there was quite a bit in the one, and I should have taken a spoon and scooped some out of it as what it was, but instead of like an idiot, I fucking tried to dump one together and like spilled some off to the size what it was then. I had to wipe it up then. So, things you only think about at the time, but things you'll think about next time kind of thing is what it is there. So, man, but anyway, that being said though, yeah, it's been fun making this bread over the decades and stuff like that, and like, just having a good time, just like kind of like a mom and I thing kind of deal. That's what it is. So mostly she would be the one that actually baked it. I would be sort of helping where I could as well. Sometimes she would do it when I was sleeping or whatever, and just wake up and she'd be like, "Hey, there's bread," and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Yeah, this is the first bake of this, and probably a good 20 years, honestly. Or maybe not quite. No, it's not quite that long. Because I was thinking, I think maybe I did it one time when I was living down in Columbus by myself. So it was like, so it'd be like, when was that? That was 2010-ish, give or take. So it would have been, yeah, it would have been probably like 14, 15 years now when I did it the last time then. So, but yeah, kind of wild to think about that, man. Kind of sad to think it's been that long, honestly. Especially when you have, so much other things to do and whatnot. What's really sad, actually, I was doing some stuff this morning where I was checking out some dating websites online and stuff like that. And bro, I'll tell you what, like just the fucking scumbaggery of these sites to charge you money to really do anything at all on them is like, what the fuck, man? Like it's really fucked up when they do like Monopoly on love, basically is what it is, because it's like, bro, I'm just trying to find somebody. Like, why don't you fuck off and let me actually have the ability to like talk to people without having to fucking use your bullshit ass things. What it is, they're assholes. But no, of course I'm not going to do that because it would mean actually, something good happening then. So, but yeah, it's just fucked up in general, dude. And like I said, I was very disappointed by it in general. So, but yeah, it's just like, it's a bunch of crap entirely, man. And it's just sad what's become of our society right now. And these people that think they can monopolize fucking people trying to find love just because, whatever at that point. It's just bullshit in general, dude. So, not to mention, then you got people who are all like writing their profiles like liberal, and it's like, okay, later. Like, I don't really get that, man. And it's like, and what's funny to me is it's like, you're trying to find somebody, yet you're stupid enough to put that kind of thing in your profile and be all proud about it. And then you wonder why you are still like basically a cat lady at the age of like 35, 40, whatever it is now. It's not that hard to figure out, man. Like, really, it's just the stupidity of these people is what it is there. So, But yeah, it's very very disheartening in general. So, but anyway, I don't know anymore, man. It's just fucking. I'd like to find somebody. I really would, and it's just sad that there's just so many people out there that just just trying to take advantage and prey upon people. They're just looking to find someone is what it is. So, not to mention, if you actually do find somebody, then you got to worry about the fucking like dating scams and stuff like that, and like somebody trying to fucking fleece you for money or something like that else. Then, so it's like, fuck, man. I'm probably gonna get a haircut pretty soon. Actually, I've and there was a thing in there for a local haircutting place that I get my haircut at, or until the end of this month, I can basically get it for $5 off or something like that, which is a good deal because it's like it used to be a good price back in the day, like pre-2020. I think it was only like $10 or $12 or something like that, with like a couple dollar coupon off or something like that. Now it's like fucking $20 even with the damn coupons, and it's like, damn, man, like what the fuck, And the thing is too, it's not like they would do it like all you gotta do is like buzz my fucking hair, dude. Like you just they go right here and they just buzz the fucking hair all the way back, dude. It's like it's literally like a 5 to 10 minute haircut, honestly. And it's like that should not cost like $20 fucking, dude. I could see a woman going in there and having them spend like an hour on her fucking shit and like doing like these precision like slices and stuff like that. That's what it is, dude. Like maybe that costs a fucking X amount of dollars there, or whatever. But yeah, for a regular dude's haircut, man, that's going to take you like 5 to 10 minutes to fucking finish. Like, no, it should not cost anywhere near fucking that much money. That's just insane. That's fucking insane. So, anyway. But yeah, it really is fucking infuriating, honestly, on that one, dude. Because it's like, I'm just trying to get a haircut, bro. I'm not trying to fucking, finance your damn vacation home or something like that when it's all said and done. For real. But nah, seriously though, man, like it's fucked up, man. It really is, honestly. And again, it goes back to like corporate scumbag greed is what it is, dude. It's people trying to raise prices on everything is what it is there, and then fucking everybody's trying to, get one over on everybody now is what it seems like anywhere, because fuckhead Biden stole the goddamn presidency 4 fucking years ago. And it wasn't just fuckface Biden. It was also that fucking scumbag, stupid cunt Kamala, that fucking piece of shit Antony Blinken, who's a real fucking figurehead behind both those fucking idiots. And so forth and so on. So, but yeah, I think we're definitely going to have like some kind of a Black Swan event happen next month or two now. I mean, they were really trying hard the other day with that Frank Tyson guy here in Ohio to be having him be like next fucking fentanyl Floyd and shit. And people weren't having it. They were just like, nah, bitch, fuck you. Like that dude was a career criminal. Eat shit, basically, is what it is. Now, granted, should the cops in that situation be fired for that dude's, death? Probably. Especially when you had the one idiot coming in there and talking about, oh, I always wanted to have a bar fight. Does this count as a bar fight? It's like, what the? You're a fucking police officer, you dumb. Why would you say that shit in uniform, you fucking idiot? It's like, goddamn, bro. I swear to God, dude, like the cops in this state are not the smartest, honestly. Although to be fair, there's a lot of cops across every state that aren't the smartest, honestly. So it's not just an Ohio thing, man. It's an everything. Actually, somebody sent me a link earlier to a thing here where it was a Facebook post where it was talking about supposedly there was like money left in like random bathrooms in the state. And I'm just like, that's the first I'm hearing about it. It's like, where's that money at, man? Let me get some of that cash. Especially if it's real, honestly. So use that to fucking finance the damn house is what it is right now, dude. Although to be fair, just my luck, it'd be like some kind of counterfeit cash, whatever they like fucking that what do you call that kind of money? It's like the fake money they use on like the sets of TV shows and stuff like that. And then I try to like, put it to the bank or something like that, and be like, bro, this is fake money, and then have me like arrested for like trying to like pass like fake cash or some shit like that. And it's like, dude, I thought this was real. Like, because that'd be the truth, honestly. Like, it's not like I'm trying to fucking, forge money or whatever the case be. And that's, of course, then you get the feds involved in that kind of shit, obviously, because you're, it should always goes federal cash, which is kind of funny, by the way, because it seems like, aren't they the ones technically forging money at this point? Because you literally had that piece of shit with the fucking Fed the other day literally admit that they basically print money out thin air at this point. And it's like, yeah, like how the hell is that right, dude? Like what the fuck, you know? It's like, brah, come on now, like seriously. So yeah, it's just fucking ridiculous what it is, man. Like talk about scumbag in the opposite way is what it is, man. So I think Matt's probably doing his show right now, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure what they're talking about right now. I found it the other day. Apparently, the reason he didn't pop me a link is because he's using that. I don't know if it's Streamlabs now or what exactly it is, but apparently he has like a weird room in his Discord where you have to like be invited to it, and he like puts the links in there for everybody to get at, is what it is. So it's not like you can just send me one on the StreamYard or whatever the case be now. So it is what it is, man. But like I said, I'll have to maybe talk to Honda about it here one of these days and see, be like, hey man, is there a way you can get like NEA to hand me like a link and or like a way to get to that chat room, whatever the case is, so I can get in on those chats every so often or something. So, because I would like to be part of that panel at some point, dude. Because it's like, you know, I got some stuff I'd like to say on Monday night or Wednesday night or whatever the night it's going to be there that some of these people went around for. So, I bring a lot of good insight to stuff. I'm not sure if Colorado had their 89. I'm going to have to go check on that here in a couple minutes. We'll do that as part of this Cooking with a Network episode. So, as my oven timer goes off, I'm going to go check on these because it might be something where I need to put them back in for another few minutes or something, because I know that that oven is kind of inconsistent with the heat is what it is because it's really old and stuff. So it might be something I need to go back in for like another few minutes and stuff. Not to mention the friggin' knob thing on it wore away to where you can see where it says 300, but you can't see where it says 350. So you're just kind of eyeball guessing it at that point and like hoping not to get to 400 basically at some point. So yeah, like I'm hoping it's cooking pretty consistently around 350, give or take right now. Hopefully it's not burning or anything like that in the pan or anything. So, you know, fingers crossed. But yeah, anyway, it's a bunch of stuff. It's a bunch of shit though, man. It's just like, that's the one thing I can't wait to be in a new place, honestly, where I have like an actual oven that shows me like the time and the temperature and stuff like that. That's what it is. Not to just eyeball the motherfucker from outer space. Which technically I could have probably got a new knob on that one now, which this is what I would do, honestly, if it was something like that where it was, you know, I was going to still live here, whatever the case be in the future, and had the money to do so or whatever. I'd probably just buy a bunch of new stuff, honestly, on that one. If I had the lottery or whatever, I'd probably just buy like a ton of new random stuff. Well, first off, I'd redo the house entirely. So I'd basically, what I would end up doing is I'd take a vacation while the house is being completely remodeled. So I'd basically take this cool ass vacation with some of the other family members and stuff like that. And it basically just be us hanging out for like some like Caribbean island for like a month or something like that is what it'd be. Or maybe not quite Caribbean island, but like, you know, something. Like have our own private island at that point, maybe even. Like just go island shopping and just buy a fucking island, basically is what it is. Because I got that kind of fuck you money at that point then or whatever. So would have been nice, but unfortunately did not happen. So I don't know, man. Be cool if something could happen though, where I was able to make a bunch of cash real quick, but unfortunately, again, that's not the case. And you know, life is life like that. Sometimes you get kicked in the fucking teeth, sometimes you get kicked in the fucking head, sometimes you get kicked in the fucking nuts when you're down already. And sometimes they just keep fucking you, is what it is, and then you know can't fuck back, unfortunately. So sometimes you try to fuck back, but they try to fuck you over again. That is what it is. So I don't know, man. It's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Sometimes, most of the time anymore, it seems like. You know, it's like I said before, and like I was telling Mom in the years past before she passed. It's like, why be good anymore? Why not just break bad, honestly? But then again, it's like, you know, you do that, then of course you're going to be the one that ends up getting caught, even though you think you're smarter than the average bear, kind of thing is what it is there or something. So, yeah. And I'm not a criminal, honestly. I try to be a good guy. But it's getting harder and harder every day, man. I'll tell you what. I think that's what a lot of people are like right now, though. It's like, you know, you never, And that's the thing, right? You don't want to go out there and be like that guy that's like you sort of want to have that good moral compass still, where you're not going to be that guy like going out there and like, jacking a bunch of food or whatever the case be. But it's like, hey, if everybody else is jacking the food too, like, you might as well get in on that too as well, man. Because like it's either you or them kind of thing at that point, then, But again, shouldn't have to come to that, unfortunately. Sometimes it does, and actually a lot of times it actually does. So, and it's just sad that it does, because people are shit in most cases. So, yeah, it's one of them things, man. It's one of them things. Yeah, it's like you want to be good, you want to, get ahead on your merits, on your morals, etc. there, and then you got people that just, play the fucking race car wherever they can and be like, oh, fuck that. Like, I'm just going to do what I can to get ahead, bitch. Like, y'all are fucking stupid because you actually play the fucking game fair is what it is. So, and that's kind of what they look at you like, too, by the way. They just treat you like shit, honestly, then. It's just like, yeah, like, what's even the point anymore, man? So, I sure the thing clicks. I'm assuming it's not heating properly and it's probably trying to catch back up to temp again. Yeah, it'll probably be something where this does take a little bit to get done then. So, but anyway. I think I'm going to go wash my hands here momentarily because they do feel like they got some shit on them still from all that mixture is what it is there. So, plus I need to actually go out to the kitchen there and I might just go to the kitchen and wash them there then if that'd be the case. Well, actually I go to the bathroom first too as well. So, yeah, I'm probably going to do that and then go to the kitchen and actually I think maybe I'll go to the kitchen first because I got to take the oil or not the oil, the vanilla and the what's left of the flour back out there right now. I got a little bit of flour on my shirt there as well. Just kind of dulled down my. Yeah, definitely. So I'm gonna have to try to get that out in a little bit or whatever. Maybe go in the bedroom and try to wipe that out or wash it out or something. I can take a little bit of water right now and get it from my cup here and try to do it right now. So, but yeah, it's just like a whole thing. But anyway, so basically, yeah, essentially like the quick bread, strawberry bread, like I said, link in the description there for it. And like I showed you guys, pretty much all the steps to do it right now. It's you throw the eggs and the sugar in there first. You mix those up, beat them, whisk them up, whatever the case be, beat them up there, whatever you call it there. And, give them to basically come together as like a weird, like, essentially, it is a, more or less like a vanilla pudding kind of extract is what it is there. And then from there, it's from that consistency, then you throw that, cup of oil in, which is either, it's supposed to be vegetable oil, but then you can also substitute for canola oil, which is what I did tonight, obviously. And then you throw that in there. You throw the vanilla in there as well, the teaspoon of vanilla in there. You mix that stuff up together. Then you throw the 2 cups of flour, the cup of quick cooking oats, and it is salt, cinnamon, baking powder, baking soda that you throw in together as well in that one. You mix all that up together. You also throw the strawberries in there at that point as well to mix those into. But I do it like mixing a little bit and then throwing the strawberries in and then mixing it again is what it is. With them on top, then is what it would be then. So, because it's just easier to do that way, obviously. And it's also a better mixture when it's all said and done. Then you get better consistency that way and stuff like that, and you get it better overall to get to that point as well. So anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna go check on the Colorado AWB thing here in a couple of minutes. I'm gonna go rinse that bowl again. I'm gonna try to rinse it out is what it is, so it'll go down the actual sink is what it is then. And then from there I'm gonna try to rinse it again. and actually put some soap and water in it then, and do the same thing with some dishes as well there, so they don't get all disgusting. So I need to do the dishes here too one of these days soon, but I think I'll probably wait till tomorrow morning to do that, honestly. I'm kind of tired right now. I'm not sure I'm going to do for dinner right now. I might just put the oven a little higher up or whatever when this bread's done in an hour, and then make one of those Jack's pizzas or something like that in like 10 minutes or so. So, because that was pretty good actually last time around. And I think I'm going to make one. I think I'm going to do one of those again tonight, honestly, because that is pretty tasty, honestly. I'm not going to lie. So, but yeah, I definitely need to wash this plate over here that I got sitting here because it has a little bit of a mix on it still. As you guys can see, it's a little bit of the batter from where that whisk was sitting on there. So I have to rinse that off and do a little wash-a-dee is what it is there. So anyway, but I'll be back in a couple minutes. So we're going to keep going on this because we got, how much time is left right now on this? We got a half hour right now until that is supposed to be done. So, and if I stop this right now, my 20 hours is already done for this account for the month. So if I stop this right now, I can't start a new stream then later. But if I keep going right now, it doesn't matter because it'll still be, like, it'll still record after 20 hours. You just have to start the stream before 20 hours is what it is there. So, yeah, we're going to do this as long as possible then. So it'll probably be roughly about a 2-hour stream tonight for the Cooking with the Network stream here is what it is. So, give or take, it'll be at least another half hour anyway before I get that bread out there. So, yeah, playing right now is me going into going out there to do some stuff, and then I started the oven click again, so I'm assuming it's either catching batch temp or it's not, or it's like what you call it, off temp again. So again, that might not be, it might take more than an hour to get that cooked then. So we'll have to see actually, because I think, I'm trying to remember how you check. I think it's something where you have to put like a thing through it, make sure it comes out clean. I want to check. Okay, so yeah, I gotta go get a toothpick out there then. I think we still have some out there. I think there's some left here. My sister and her friend were going through the things here a couple months back now. So I'll have to go check that, make sure there's actual toothpicks out there then and stuff, so I can have a toothpick that I can stick in there and get her done then. Make sure it's actually fully done. Because it's supposed to come out clean. The problem though with that, right, is though, so you're making strawberry bread, so it's like, is it going to come out clean or is it going to come out with like some strawberry stuff on it? I'm not sure, honestly. I think what it really means is that when it says come out clean, it means will it come out like with basically nothing on it? Because if it comes out like liquidy, obviously it would be, you put it back in then for another 5-10 minutes, whatever it is then. So, but yeah, I'll be back momentarily. Is what it is. I gotta go do a couple things right now. So. Yeah, all right. Grab all the rest of this stuff up. That's right there. Okay, I just took a quick peek on that. It appears to be rising a little bit. So hopefully it'll rise more. There should be at least a full Cape Ann horse in there. Before it's all said and done. So we'll see if that actually does work or not. Hopefully it will. All right then. Finish this little bowl of strawberries here before I do anything else. I don't want super bitter. See, you can see the redness on that side, but then it's got like almost like a light white on there. On the cap of these, the bigger ones I put in there today, I mashed up as the part of the berry bread there. They were white on the top entirely, like they weren't completely done through all the way. And that's what makes it taste bad, by the way, is when you have berries like that, where it's like the bottom is like real good and stuff. or it's like got like a bitter taste or whatever, it's because it's not fully ripe yet, and they'll pick them before that. And so you'll have ones that are like overly ripe when they get to you, but then you'll have other ones that are like, about 3/4 of the way done, and so you got like that bitter consistency to them and stuff like that. And that's one thing I especially learned picking black raspberries over the years, is if they don't come off in your hand, you're gonna have to like pull them off basically. And then they're not ready to pick at all. And it might be like another day or two. It might be like another like 3 or 4 days, honestly, before it gets like from that redness to that like pure like dark grape coloration is what it is there, where it's like almost like a black jewel essentially. That's the problem with corporatized farming, is they don't give a shit about that, man. That's why it'd be nice wherever I end up, I could just make like a little like baby strawberry patch, like growing up in the things or whatever, like by a garage or something maybe. That one was a little bit over the rep almost. It had excellent taste to it though. This one's probably not going to be like that though, because you can see it's got like almost like a whitish there to it is what it is. So I'm assuming it's going to be pretty bitter when I bite into it then. The very bottom had almost a that flavor to it where it was like kind of good, but yeah, it was the rest of the berry wasn't fully ripe. Then it needed to be probably still in that patch for another day or two before it got picked. But that's the problem again with corporate farming. They'll just be like, oh, they're all red now, pick them all, boys. Or it'll be like some giant thing coming through and just like slicing them off, whatever the case be, and it's just like pulling them through the conveyor belt kind of thing is what it is there. I'll tell you what's really fucking disgusting, actually. I was watching a video recently where it was showing how it was basically showing food waste, and it was showing all these illegals in the fields. They were cutting, I believe it was some kind of celery hearts, I think is what they're calling them, or something like that. And what they'll do is they'll take the entire whole thing of celery is what it is or whatever. Or not celery, lettuce hearts is what it was. So they'll take the entire thing of lettuce, like this whole head of lettuce, and they'll just be like slice, 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 and then it's like that little heart or whatever the case be there is in the middle. They'll throw that up on the thing. Everything else goes on the fucking ground. And these bullshit ass CEOs are like, oh, it would cost us more to pick up the rest of it and throw it in there as like a fucking actual food source to animals or whatever the case be, than it would just leave it there and rot in the fucking fields is what it is. And it's like, the fuck kind of retarded shit is that, man? Like, it really is fucking retarded, honestly, bro. It really does bum me out, too, on that one. Because that's the thing about all these people that's claim to be environmentalists and all this other fucking, like, activist douchebags like the Greta Thunbergs of the world and stuff like that don't do a fucking thing to actually help protect this planet. Yet people like me, for our entire lives so far, have been actually recycling and everything else like that. There's what it is. So we got 18 minutes right now before we gotta pull the bread. So hopefully it'll be about double the size when I go up there, because it was where it initially was, because it was about half loaves or so. And where I looked at it from the thing there, it was basically about maybe 3/4 of a loaf pan then in size, where it should actually be all the way to the top of that pan, if not floating over the pan, actually, if I'm not mistaken. They're pretty close to that, if that's where it would be then. So I think that's where it ends up being then. So, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to go check if there's toothpicks out there. I'll be back in a second. I gotta go do that right now because I want to make sure I have one of those ready to go just in case. I also need to. Where is my thing at? Right here, right now. Or is it out there? Actually, I think it's out there. Yeah, it'd be a little oven mitt that I would need to pull those out and put them on the stove top then. I think that's where it'd be at. Yep, right there. Okay, cool. That one. Good. Now we know this. Okay, oh, of course. I'm fucking. I look in the thing now twice, and what do I see right in front of my fucking eyes? An entire jar of baking powder. Of course there's one there. Of course there's one there. I'm not seeing any cinnamon. Oh, we also got baking soda here too. Oh, that's good to know. We don't need those then. We just need cinnamon. In the future. Oh, right here. Sweet. Nice. What's that? Toothpick. Actually, there are 2 toothpicks in there. One for each bread. Well, I guess I didn't look hard enough then the other day because there's literally fucking baking soda and baking powder out there now. I swear I looked through that the entire day and I didn't find the shit at all. It's very weird that all of a sudden I seem to find it after I was all done with it then. But yeah. So anyway. But yeah, we are 15 minutes away right now. So from the show, hopefully. Anyway, finale of tonight. Let's see here. I want to see if Colorado did anything with their bullshit AWB today. Let's see, we got March 20th, April 14th, April 12th, April 15th, April 19th, also April 19th. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything relating to this right now. This was a month ago, this guy's thing was. I'm going to go look on YouTube momentarily and see if I can't find that evil one on there. What's number of what we're talking about? Modern monetary theory and economic failure. Okay, looks like Leo. Let's see, we got Leo, Taco. It's like Corey. I think that shot right in the one corner, and then Collector Express is on the panel tonight. So I'm not seeing anything with a Honda being on there then. So maybe he just took the night off or something then. Or maybe perhaps he took the night off in celebration, baby. Colorado assault ban bill is dead as of 1 hour ago from that able woman. Awesome. So that's what we need to talk about, bro. So I'm gonna watch that later. That'll be our thing for tomorrow. It'll be then. Will be that update on that whole thing. That's what it'll be. So we'll actually maybe we'll just do a special grandstand later on one of my other accounts. Because I think my other accounts should be back to having their 20 hours again this week, this month, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we'll just do another thing later tonight. Then actually we'll go over to NEA's chat momentarily here and mention that fucker about like, hey, y'all hear the AWB is dead? So, yeah. All right, let's go see what that idiot's talking about anyway. Just making a joke, obviously. Oh, what you call it on me for some reason. So, I don't know why it does that when it's on just like the basic thing when it's on Firefox or whatever. Because sometimes I gotta go to Brave, then is what it is. Plug my stuff in.
While camping in the...
Sorry. That's one of the things I had set up from yesterday when I was watching that Will Breathe guy's channel, and I tend to follow scary stories for some reason. I don't know what it is, man. Maybe that's the way I feel anymore. So, anyway. But yeah, deal there. So, let me go ahead and get rid of some of them tabs there. And then that one. Get that one. Get this one. Get rid of that one. And just simply go to YouTube. Go to NEA's chat. Oh, there's somebody underneath there. Maybe there's Honda at the very bottom then. I know. Huh, somebody's not wanting to catch it at all.
Other like business, fucking when it comes to agricultural equipment, those dealerships do all kinds of fucking crazy shit all the time. Doing fucking customizations and modifications to get something to work in the field is like part and parcel for, I don't care whether it's fucking.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is people that are so stupid, they'll like try to like smack a fucking tire for like a tractor, like a combine or whatever it is there, and not realizing it's full of air and it'll like kill their dumbasses when they actually bust through it. You got something on my arm or something, like a bug or something. Not seeing nothing now. But yeah, so anyway, going Bill, strawberry bread recipe here, as it said here. So we actually have the ingredients list in the comment section, which is 3 eggs, sugar, 1 cup of vegetable oil, which you can substitute canola oil for, so today. 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of quick cooking oats, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 cups of crushed fresh berries, 1/2 cup of nuts, which is optional, which I didn't do today. And basically from there, you take the eggs and the sugar, beat them together like I did before in my camera there. Then you add in the oil and the vanilla and beat it again. You mix in the flour, the oats, the cinnamon, the baking soda, the salt, and the baking powder. And then you basically mix a third time, essentially a little bit. Add in the strawberries, mix a 4th time. And if you obviously add nuts too as well, mix very well with that one. Then you grease up 2 9x5x3 loaf pans, which is what we did out there today. And you pour the mixture into those pans. You throw it in the oven for an hour to bake at 350, and you should be having your strawberry bread ready to go after that. That's what it is. Now, granted, it'll probably take about a half hour to cool down before we can actually eat it, because I'm not going to take it right out of the oven and try to cut the motherfucker and burn myself pretty bad. So I've done that before, and it did not work out well for me at all. So I'm not going to do that shit again. I learned one time, dude. Yeah, like it's like that time where I like forgot to like grab an oven mitt, and I went to grab something out. I'm like, I fucking burned my hand. And I'm like, oh yeah, need an oven mitt. So, by the way, that was like a month ago. I forgot about that one. I think I was just tired, is what it was, because I was making something like a pizza or something like that's what it was then, or something in the oven. And I was trying to grab like a tray or something. And it was like, I'm just like, oh shit, that's right. Thankfully, I got it under cold water and then eventually put it around an ice pack for a little bit there, and it seems to be good now. My hand is definitely hurting right there where I was like beating into the wall earlier today. So just out of frustration and sadness and everything else like that's what it was. So hopefully I didn't break anything. I don't think I did, but I probably seem really bruised. I think I probably bruised something like right there, because that's where it's like just touching it like down and stuff. It kind of hurts like that. So.
This is what Honda's audio sounds like.
Yeah, it was Honda.
Put down the megaphone, Honda.
Your mouth.
It sounds like blowing the microphone.
Fucking guys. They really will give Honda shit all the time, dude. It's not cool, bro. He's a good guy for the most part. Although, to be fair, he has technically run off about 6 different people from this community that were all gay folks. So I don't know if that says anything about him or not, but like it might just be like a weird thing. But then again, it's not really like gay. It's like more like people that claim to be like transgender and stuff like that, or just essentially like nut jobs is what it was, like Ray's ass. Which that one was the best one we could have had run off. Honestly, that guy should have been run off years before that. Honestly, when you're literally telling people you're fucking Antifa members, dude, like pretty fucking sure you don't need to be part of this anymore. Is what it is. Like, I don't care what side of political spectrum you're on at that point, bro. Even if you are libertarian and stuff, it's like, yeah, pretty sure this dude's a fucking psycho and part of their side. Like, maybe not do that, you know? So, all right, got just under 6 minutes right now before we're going to go check that bread now. So, plan right now is I'm going to leave the oven on, and I'm going to go grab my, oven mitt out there. Pull it out, throw it on the stovetop there, throw the toothpick through it, and see if it's actually good or not. I'll do it in a couple different spots actually, just to confirm it's like cooked all the way through and stuff like that, just to make sure, because you never know, man. And yeah, I'm assuming with it coming out clean, it'll be like there won't be any like liquid or anything like that in there or something, or it won't be like, you know, kind of like the mixture piece that's still not there, whatever the case be. So if it's something like that, I'll be like another. I'll probably just come back out here and throw. The fuck? I just realized there's like a bruise or something right there. Like it's like ripped or something like that, and it like healed over. I think I cut myself or something somehow. I don't know, man. Weird. Unless I like banged it against something and then like scraped myself maybe the other day. That would make sense. Yeah, his hand's really hurting now, dude. So especially in that spot. Ooh, yeah, especially in that spot right there. Maybe I should ice this motherfucker down then. I'm just talking about it now.
Security clearance.
Redacted. Why is the Department of Energy doing that?
Huh. That seems really weird.
Don't know.
Seems really
But
weird.
yeah, it's like a 16-page document, and I can post it in the chat if anybody else wants to.
Huh. Very odd. Very odd. That looks like Shotred probably got knocked out from being in the tunnels again there. And the California bomb tunnels is what they are that he works through. I forget exactly where he works there. It's some building wherever there's like security clearance and shit. And he has to go through like tunnels to leave or whatever. And it's like they knock out his cell phone signal and stuff like that, which makes sense because you're like basically bomb tunnels. If you remember that, if you remember in the Sarah Connor Chronicles show, when they showed a young Kyle Reese getting away from the Terminators and stuff like that in those like underground areas and stuff like that there, where it was like storm drains and shit, it was kind of similar to that, is what it is there, except this actual Fallout tunnels is what it is there. So yeah, just over 3 minutes right now. So, but anyway, so yeah, I ended up doing a couple things today actually to clean out the house a little bit. I was in the bedroom. There was an old chest case in there that had a bunch of shirts in it and like pants and things like that that were from my childhood. Some of them were my brother's from like a few years ago. And I was asking questions and stuff, and of him, I was like, "Oh, do you want any of this?" He's like, "No, I don't." I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'm gonna, toss most of it into a pile or whatever to get, donated or whatever." Then and he's like, "Oh, that's fine." And I was talking to my cousin. My cousin's gonna be doing a what do you call it? A garage sale this weekend. It was supposed to be a moving sale, but they haven't found a new place to live yet. So he's basically gonna do a garage sale, and I just gave him the bags and stuff today. I was like, "Hey, you guys want to sell these to whoever for whatever, go ahead and do that." And he said, "Yeah, I'll put like, 50 cents, $1 on some of the case or whatever." Then it's like, "Yeah, whatever you want to do, man." Like, hell, if you want to get somebody now for $5, that's fine with me, honestly, or even like $3 for that matter. Just give me the money is what it is then, because to me, it's nothing at that point. Like, it's all stuff I can't wear. It's all stuff that's like, 2, 3, 4 sizes too small for me is what it is there. Most of it's stuff I had growing up. There's a couple of things that I actually kept there that were like 5, 6X that I could probably fit into right now, honestly. Problem is with those is that the collared shirts, or the collars on the shirts is what it is, from being in that cabinet for so long, have like yellowed, which is kind of disgusting. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know if there's really a way to get rid of that or not. I think maybe bleaching it out. But then again, it's like, might be more bleaching out than that. So I don't know, man, if it's just not even, but it's whatever at that point. Like I would still wear the shirt, obviously, at some point in the future if I needed to. It's a nice shirt, obviously. There's a couple nice shirts in there, actually. I'm hoping to get down to my fighting weight again one of these days, what it is then, which would be like, losing about 100 pounds anymore. Back to like the 300 somethings is what it'd be then. And then go from there is what it'd be then. So, all right. So we got a minute 14 seconds right now. So I will do some stuff here and there and do whatever then. So yeah, basically with the Colorado assault weapons ban thing though, the only good thing about that being defeated right now is that for the rest of this legislative season, being the rest of the year 2024 is what it is, they can't bring it back unless they would have Jared Polis basically announce a special session, I believe is what it is, in the Colorado General Assembly would be then. Which knowing Democrats, they pull that shit honestly in the next 5 to 7 months basically before the end of the year. But again, if they would do it just for that reasoning, like you would have so many gun owners in Colorado just come out of the work and be like, no, bitch, fuck you. So would it be worth it for them to do that? Probably not, especially with the votes as what it is there. So, like I said, I'm going to watch that Ava Woman's video a little bit later. We'll do another one probably here and tomorrow at some point is what it'll be for the next grandstand or something like that is what it'll be then. So, and we'll discuss that whole thing, is that whole deal. Or maybe we'll just wait until Honda's chat tomorrow. We'll discuss it then if that be the case. Then I'll just have the time to watch it. That's what it'll be. So, anyway, but yeah, we are about to go check the bread now. Oh, fuck. Okay. So, I'm going to check that bread real quick. Make sure it's not, make sure if it is, we'll pull it. If it's not, I'm going to put it back in for about 5 minutes, give or take. I think that should be enough time to cook it all the way through then. But we shall see. We shall see. Smells done. I'll tell you that right now. But we'll toothpick test it just to confirm. Yeah, it's coming back out a teeny bit wet. So, I'm thinking maybe another 2 minutes at most. It's not quite up to snuff right now, so yeah, I think maybe another, maybe, yeah, let's go ahead and do 50 right now. And then we'll do like another 30 seconds or something after that. The first one that came out, the only thing that came out was a piece of sugar, which is not, I don't know if that's good or not, honestly, because it was like a grain, it was like a single grain there. But the other one was like basically nothing then. Like it was like a little bit wet on the very tip of it then. So I'm not sure if it's going to be good or not yet, but yeah, I don't know if there was enough baking powder there is what it was, because I noticed with this, it didn't quite come up to the top, honestly. It came like where the top actually sits, it's about that far from the top is what it is. So, yeah. So for another 29 seconds then. It should be long enough to get it cooked through, though, if that's the case. I think. Because by the time I get up and go out there, it'll be another, 10, 15 seconds in the oven, so. But anyway. And the plan, obviously, like I said, is cooking that Jack's Pizza. We'll be here in about another 15, 20 minutes, give or take, for the case then. So, anyway. All right. Time to get and go check that bad boy out then. Yeah, all right then. Oh, man. Okay. Test these bad boys again. Yeah, they're coming out just like a little bit of liquid. But I think they should be done. So I'm just gonna call it on that one then. Yeah, I'll just call it with that one and then just bring these out and set them on the thing to rest. It's hot. Okay, that should be good for about a half hour, give or take. So now we just need to turn the oven up to 425. Okay. Oil here. That's right. Pull those jacks out. Dr. Murphy Top was telling me apparently he likes to go to, I think it was Costco, maybe Sam's Club, and get these for his son. So I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, like I said, I like them. It's a nice little thin crust. Should taste good to me, man. That's all that matters. So I would show you guys what the finished product looks like, but they're still hot as fuck right now. I'm not going to burn myself, so I'll put a 5-minute timer on this right now. And then we'll do we'll see how hot they are after that. And I'll grab one of the pans then. Show off the finished product. Maybe try to cut through if that'd be the case then. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. So yeah, there's about that much room roughly, give or take, in both the loaf pans. So yeah, it's not quite as much as I thought it would make. So I think my mom did a double batch once, and that's why it seemed like it was larger than it actually should have been or something. Because she would have put like an ounce of, or not ounce, she would put a teaspoon of, actually, what is this recipe again? Yeah, she would have put 2 teaspoons of baking soda and a teaspoon of baking powder in there then. So if it was a double batch. But yeah, like I said, pretty good, pretty good. Let's see if any is still going or not. Probably not, because it's after 11 o'clock. But nope, he's still going. Honda's mentioning something right now.
So they're doing like $500 a test. There's 20 fucking minutes of this. So yeah,
That's wild.
it's ridiculous how much money they're raking in. And it's just like, look, you people, we don't care about you. Makes it easier for us.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. I wonder what kind of test he's talking about. Maybe it's that flight school or something, maybe. Wouldn't surprise me. Those people are scumbags anyway. They come off that way. So that's what it is with everything anymore, though, dude. It's fucking everybody's trying to get one over on you. So, yeah, can't be helped, unfortunately, in many cases. I think I'm going to go try to grab a bread knife, maybe. Just cut a little piece of this away and see if I can show you all the finished product in. Because the shit is good. That'd be the case. I'll just grab some butter too on that one. Put a little butter on that bitch. Ooh, that is some good stuff right there, man. Plus, I need to actually cut a piece of that butter off because it got kind of gross earlier. So, but anyway, I'll be back. Let's cake things here. I just put the butter back in the fridge. So I'm going to put my pizza in the oven right now, actually. So before I do anything else, I'm going to put my timer on for that pizza because it's only supposed to have about 12 minutes in there, give or take. All right. Reset that bad boy for about 12 minutes then. Ooh, yeah, that's not to touch. So definitely enough of it. Looks like it came apart on the sides though, which is good. That's how it should be. should see if I can find a second oven mitt and just try to dump this on the plate itself. If that be the case. Show you guys the finished products upside down. There's nothing here. Nope, that's not a bit. This is a mitt. Actually, this is an of glove, so yeah, we'll just use the of glove. Shit. Not wanting to come loose. I think it's because I didn't do what my aunt told me, which is to put a little bit of what you call it in there. Crap. Maybe I should just cut this bitch in half then, if that be the case. Just get it out of here. So this doesn't work. Let's see if I can get at least half of one of these out of here. Just to be clear, I was just sneezing into the kitchen, not onto the bread. So. Come on, come on. Shitty little shit. Damn. That's not going to loosen up out of there. Oh, wait, I think I just got it. So, might still be a little hot, is the problem. I think that might be what the issue is here. It's still just like a teeny bit hot. There we go. Finally, some of which fell. Oh, that is not good. Yeah, it's still super hot in the middle, and it just fell apart completely. I was trying to take it out. So, yeah, definitely not. It's baked through for sure, but it needs to sit for like another good half hour or so before it can get completely done through then. But yeah, so it just crumbled like a motherfucker coming out of here. So. Alright, so we'll leave these sit here for another good half hour, 45 minutes, and if that be the case. And I'll show you guys what the technical finished product looks like. Which, like I said, it should be done. That's what the finished product looks like. Obviously, it looks better from the top chunk there. But yeah, as you can see, you got a lot of the strawberry hunks and stuff in there, right there in that piece and whatnot. So take a little bite of this corner edge. That shit's good. Yeah, you can see a lot of the strawberries there in that piece. You can really taste the cinnamon in this now. Like almost overpowering taste of cinnamon. That is very good, man. I'll tell you that right now. I probably still have enough strawberries to actually do another one of these. The problem is I don't have cinnamon, and I don't have right now. I don't have cinnamon, and I do not have the oats to make another batch. So that's the only thing making me from doing another one, though. Yeah, what this tastes like, honestly, is it tastes like a mix between like cinnamon bread and like some kind of banana bread with strawberries in it. Then, so for those interested in the actual flavor, consistency, and stuff like that of it, but yeah, like I said, very good. Take our fork from earlier. Get some juice on it there. Wipe this juice off of stuff because there's something just fell right there. Yeah, so we got. Oh man, it's still going. Huh? Surprising. But yeah, so basically, when it's actually together and formed and stuff like that, what it will actually look like coming out of the pan will be something similar to. So we can get this a little higher right now. Actually, I'll pull my camera down just a little bit there. It'll look very, very similar. That on top right there is what it is. So it's like more of like a brown bread than anything else. And like I said, as you can see right there, you can see like the actual strawberry hunks and stuff like that in there, which is why it's a little bit wet. But yeah, very good stuff, man. I'll just have this half full one be mine. And then I'll probably throw some of this into a, what you call it, a little bit. You can tell it's actually starting to get a little bit now, so I'll honestly leave the rest of them in there for about another 30 minutes or so it gets completely cooled off or whatever them. And then from there, it'll be me just picking them up and putting them in that bag or something then. So. Yeah, this is super good with a little bit of butter and stuff like that. But when it's hot like this, it's actually as good on its own as what it is there. So. One thing I can tell, though, from this piece anyway, is all that sugar did not get mixed in properly because you can tell like the granulars of sugar there and stuff, which is not good. And I don't think it's supposed to be like that. So I'll definitely have to mix it a little better next time if that be the case. But that's exactly why they say mix well, obviously. But yeah, it'll be very good. For sure. So, oh, and that's the strawberry bread 4H recipe for you. So I'm making this since I was 14 years old, which was 25 years ago. So, crazy thing how time flies like that. Yeah, it tastes good, man. So, anyway. But yeah. It's good stuff, man. Good stuff for sure. A lot of work, though. A lot of work for sure on that one. Because I started that about, I think it was right before 8 o'clock tonight is what it was. I started cutting up the strawberries and stuff like that, and getting those crunched up like about 7:30, 7:40, something like that. So, yeah, you're talking like essentially 3.5 hour business to do that then. So, that's the one thing with baking, man. It takes a lot of prep. Well, 2 than the hour you have to do to cook is what it is there as well. So I think that's really where a lot of it comes on. But yeah, just waiting for that pizza to get done right now. Then, which it should be ready to roll in about a minute or so here. So. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those pans back out to the kitchen counter then, and I'll let them sit out there and just get completely cool down over the next like 10 minutes or so, give or take, maybe 15. And then we'll, yeah, actually I'll sit it for another 12 minutes right now is what it'll be. And we'll just let them get cool from there, and then I'll try to pop them all out then if that'll be the case, which... Like I said, I definitely fucked up because I know my aunt said something to me the other day, and I completely forgot to write down what she was mentioning then at the time. And I think it was something about putting like flour or something across the thing to make sure it doesn't, that can like easily like pop out basically. So, but anyway, it is what it is, man. So, grab that Jack's. Actually, technically, I probably took about 2/5 of a loaf. Probably 3/5 left in this pan right now. Not quite half. Oh yeah, that's done. Okay. X. One thing I will continue to say about this pizza is true to form yet again. Hopefully this comes off in camera. It is super fucking greasy. So I'm going to take about 4 or 5 paper towels to that motherfucker before I can eat it. I also need to go get a knife to eat it with. Almost thinking that bread should have been there for another 2 minutes, honestly. Because it feels wet still. All the strawberries and stuff. So, which is to be expected because the strawberries are super fucking watery fruit, so there's that. house here and start degrease Jock's pizza. Ooh, man, that's hot. It's also super greasy. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtles in the half shell. Turtle power. Yeah, shit. I think it's starting to break off some of the, what you call it there. Yeah, a little bit of cheese is coming off with it. There's a fuck ton of grease, by the way. Toss that first one out of there. Still need to get caught up on X-Men 97 too. I was talking to Leo about that the other day. He was saying something about he's not going to watch it because of the whole like non-binary shit up morph and stuff. Okay, Matt left then. That's good. He'll come over here and bullshit with me then. Do some ASMR food eating in the next 5 minutes or so. And I'm not even kidding. I'm planning against pizza in the next 5 or 10 minutes or so on camera. So it'll be the second time that we've eaten this pizza. The first time we did 2 of these, but I thought it was a little much then because I was kind of overly full then, and plus with this bread tonight. Figured it'd be a situation of just, you know, that was what it is there, and then going from there. So, anyway, all the grease off of this shit. This as much as we can anyway. A little bit of cheese are coming off. The cheese is good. Yeah, I assume that grease was able to be shown before on the thing. You can see how degreased it is now, and much better to eat now. So go ahead and cut this bitch into hopefully 4 or something else. If I can, because it's kind of, the one edge on the crust is very, very, very hard. Get that pepperoni off the side a little bit there. Yeah, it's kind of hard to break through. This is the problem. Yeah, there, got it in half anyway. That's good. Man, that strawberry bread is really starting to hit me. I don't know if I don't think it's the strawberries per se. I think it's the friggin' cinnamon and stuff like that that's hitting my palate right now. Or actually, technically, it's the cinnamon on the front end, and then it's like the strawberry taste on like the back end is what it is then. So yeah, like I said, it's a good bread, man. Like I said, I left the recipe in the description today because it's worth it to make it. Something I think everybody should be adding to their preps right now. It is. If you like strawberries, if you're actually not allergic to strawberries, which one actually is. Yeah, it's a good thing to have on you, man. Good thing to make during the summertime. Obviously, it has to be made in season because if it's not made in season, it just doesn't taste right. And it has to be fresh strawberries, dude. We tried it with frozen before, and it just does not taste good at all at that point. So, but anyway, trying the Jacks again. So. Oh. Just as good as last week. So, very, very good stuff, man. I know people would give me shit for this most likely. Because I was going to say just put a little piece of the strawberry bread on the pizza then too. Just to fuck up people. People always give shit about like pineapple on pizza and stuff like that. Like, well, let's do some strawberries on the pizza, bitch. So, But this case, it would be strawberry bread, so it'd be like the crunch on top of the crunch then. I'm not going to do that, though, obviously, because that'd be stupid. Like, it's upself, dude. Like, again, that's a dessert bread, in my opinion, anyway. Piece of hard and edibles there, but it is. I will say too, of all the pizzas, because I'll usually put like a dash of salt on my pizza. What it is, this is one that does not need it. Actually, I think it's mixed cheese and pepperoni together. It has like, that salty taste to it already. That could be the thinness too as well on top of that. So. But yeah, very good stuff though. This is definitely my top 5 frozen pizzas now. I don't know if I'd say top 3 just yet, but it's definitely top 5. Obviously, Motor City, that deep dish kind, the 3 meat, is number 1. I don't say anything else on their menu is like 2, basically. This is probably like a 3 or 4 or 5, something like that's what it is then. Competing for that stable. Actually, this is almost the way to do it. The New York kind. I almost do a fold on it. Not quite though. Can't do a big break on it. Those what it is. Do that one. You can tell the oven and consistency heat though on that because it's not quite as done as it used to be. So. Again, that's like one of the only good things about leaving this place and like a couple months down the road or whatever then will be being able to get a okay, that would be for the stuff out there to get that out of the pans, hopefully. But yeah, anyway, what I was saying though is nice to get out of here and then get a new place with a new oven that has like not those issues anymore. If it says it's 350 or it says it's 425, it'll be 425 or 350, whatever then. So I just guesstimate. There's a lot of sauce in that piece. I'm gonna go check the loaf tins to see if they're actually still hot to the touch or not. Because if they're not anymore, I'm gonna try to get that bread out of them. If that be the case. And it may just be a situation having to take a spoon or something underneath the every side of it. Then is what it is to like sort of shimmy it down. Is what it'd be then. So, which I'm not even so sure. Like, I guess I think my aunt told me to put like more flour or something in there, which I didn't do. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm not so sure it would have done anything differently or not, honestly, because I remember Mom doing that before in the past, and I don't think it's really done anything different then. I think she even had a hard time getting these out, even with that extra flour and stuff like that. So, although she was a baker for like 50-something years of her life, is what was there, both professionally and just as a homemaker and stuff like that. So, she was a cake decorator for pretty much my entire life, actually, as far as I'm aware. Maybe a little bit more than that, because I think it was right before her and my dad met. She learned how to do cake decorating, and then she would do cakes from the house and stuff like that for money. This is obviously before you had to have fucking, government up your ass at that point in the 90s and shit, which technically she was sort of skirting the law a little bit on that one, because it was technically you're supposed to have like a license to make sure that you're like in a commercial setting, which you're not. She was not. She was in a residential setting, is what it was there. And it would be something where you'd have to have like the ability to not have like, random parasites or something like that get in the food is what it is, or have like foodborne illness kind of thing is what it is there, or something like that. So you're not gonna get people food poisoning up or whatever it is on the situation. But it's like, nah, man, she had everything she needed right here. Everything was pretty much as sterile as it could be, and she did what she needed to make cakes and make some money off of them to actually feed us kids and pay the bills and stuff like that. That's what it was there. And she did that consistently for several years of our childhood. And then it became to the point where it was started to be government cracking down like a bunch of dickheads in the early 90s is what it was there. And she ended up having to go get an actual job then. And she ended up working at there was a place over in the town over from here called Grinders. And she was baking at that place during our childhood. Actually, yeah. It was when I was probably about 4 or 5 when she stopped doing cakes at the house. Here's what it was, give or take, maybe 6 actually. And it was by the time I was like 7, 8 is when she was working at Grinders there. And then it was when I was, I think 11 or 12, someplace in there, is when the guy that owned that place went full retard and found out he was embezzling money from the business, and it basically shut down because his dumbass was not paying the bills correctly, which sucked because it fucked my mom and like a bunch of other people out of their jobs then. And it was like there's probably like 30 people on staff there because it was her and like 2 other people that were doing the baking stuff for the place. Like they were doing like pies and everything else. Like that's what it was there. And then there was like a couple cooks as well, so it was like 3 or 4 cooks actually in that place. And then there was like another, so that'd be, I think now, about 7 people there, give or take, 8 people maybe. And then there was maybe like 4 waitresses, give or take. And then there was like hostess. And then I think there was a cashier too, or maybe 2 cashiers that got fired. So it was like, wasn't quite 30, it was maybe like 18, give or take. But for a small business, that's huge though, man. And that's now, 17 people that need to go find a new job is what it is then. And then thankfully that's when they were building the Alliance Walmart over there in Alliance, Ohio. And that's where she went to work in the 90s then for almost 20 years of her life. And what did she have to show for it at the end of the day? She had Parkinson's disease by the time she died. She had bad feet like crazy. A bunch of bone spurs, everything else like that in her feet. She had, what else does she have now? Like a bunch of other stuff as well, medical wise, that I'm not going to get into. But yeah, the entire point is though, it's like, yeah, she worked her fucking ass off for that company for 20 years. And what did the Waltners do to her? Fuck you, cut your overtime. We're going to go ahead and keep the $100,000 we should have been giving you in overtime pay at least. Enough money that would have covered your son to be able to buy your fucking ancestral home. It's a bunch of bullshit, dude. For those wondering why I ever hate the fucking Waltners, that's exactly why, dude. Because they fucked my family out of this house right now is what it is, dude. By fucking my mom would overtime pay over 19 fucking years working for that shithole company of Walmart is what it is. So yeah, fuck you, motherfuckers. I can't wait until these billionaires get what's coming to them one of these days soon, man, for real. For that exact reason. Because I will hold a grudge, assholes. And I'm not the only one out here holding the grudges, too, for that matter. So, anyway. But yeah, needless to say, I'm still pissed off about the whole thing, dude. I'm still pissed we're going to have to sell this place to whoever then. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully it'll be my family friend. And technically it'll still be, like, it won't be in our family, obviously, but it'll still be in a family that we know, obviously, at that point. Versus selling it to the general public and then not knowing who the fuck is going to go in the hands of. It could be fucking China at some point for the fucking farmland or something like that. Or at least with my family friends there, it would be, you know, him and his family would be living at this place and whatever the case be. They might tear down this place, obviously, but like, or they could just add to it for that matter as well. It depends which one would be easier for them to do, obviously. Which I think personally, like, just financial wise, if you're going to put X amount of dollars into the whole buying of the whole property and stuff like that, you're probably going to want to like tear down the house and build up a whole new house in this place then and spend another, you know, 100K plus or something doing that is what it is or something, dude. So, yeah, if nothing else, what I would do if I was him, I'd put down the initial amount of money or whatever the case be then, and then it would be, you know, after the fact, it would just be, you know, slowly but surely having his family, like his older brother who's a carpenter and stuff like that, and like a general contractor, I think is what he actually is his job there is what it is. Have him come over and help me do some stuff, and then, you know, basically, like I said before to my aunt the other day, it was this wall behind me right here that has a window there. I would actually build a frame closer to the property line that way because there's about probably 40 to 50 feet of property line that way. Or 40, 50 feet of our land towards the property line that way is what it is there. So I'd probably build another like 25 feet of a room onto this area. Here's what it is. And probably do that all the way down the line actually would it be then. And then what you would actually do then is you would knock out this wall. You would knock out that wall in the bedroom there. That used to be my sister's bedroom. And that's basically a hallway is what it is there. And that was actually technically the original master bedroom in this house. And then we would knock out the wall in the room I'm sleeping in right now that has the window in it. And then from there, I would actually take all of that and add on about probably like I said, about 25 feet all the way down is what it would be then. So you essentially have like 3 new rooms in the house is what it would be then. And then from there, you'd basically do like load bearing, like stabilizers or whatever the case be then. Because I think some of these are load bearing walls, technically speaking. So what we do is we put like, this is if I was going to do everything then, which I don't know how he would do it, obviously, but you know, this is just my whole, you know, off my mind right now. If I had money to do this, obviously, it would be something of creating like a new set of rooms. Then I would actually make this room right here, that's the living room currently. I would probably make this a larger kitchen. And then we would have like, you still have like other stuff out in the original kitchen. There's what it is there. But you'd have like an extra space here. So it would be like for like a kitchen table and stuff like that. Would it be essentially then. And like some room to like actually do stuff or whatever then. And then you'd make a new thing where you'd have like a new family room or new living room, whatever then, if that be the case right there. And then you would actually have where this hallway is in here, you would have that basically repositioned into like a door or whatever then. Like it'd be like put up a small wall there or whatever then. And have like a door there and have that be like part of a bedroom. And maybe have like that 25 feet added on be like the bedroom bathroom combo is what it is then for like a new master bedroom potentially. And then it would basically be from there, you would have the back bedroom there that my mom used to live in and sleep in and stuff like that. That would be just a bedroom there entirely as would be then. And then you would have the other bedroom there would basically become like 2 bedrooms more or less. And you would have like you'd have that bedroom itself or whatever the case be. It would be like a secondary room. Or what it might actually be is it might be something where you do like a divider thing like that. and have this be like almost like a hallway there, or whatever the case be, or something. And then have like this piece be a bedroom, and then have like the second piece be a bedroom, whatever that's like that extension on then or whatever then. And then another thing I would actually do to this house would be the back porch where that's at right now. I would actually break up that whole concrete block that's out there right now because it's pretty busted anyway. Like it probably only takes a couple sledgehammer whacks at this point to like get it completely busted up. If that be the case then, like 50 or something or less probably would be my guess, honestly, at this point. And completely relay that. We would actually tear down what exists as the garage right now because the whole bottom of it's all fucked up and needs to be redone entirely. So tear that garage down because it still has a decent slab on there, and then basically like do the slab all the way to the garage is what it is there. And then you would do pave the entire driveway obviously as well on top of that then. And then you would have so you have that back slab there that is like the back door area and stuff like that. And what we'd actually do back there is you would add a secondary room on there, which would be a new room for potentially either a like new like sort of like a mud room essentially is what I'm thinking of right now. That would have like a washer dryer and stuff like that in there, and maybe like a sink or something too for that matter or something. And then you'd have like your boots and everything that be thrown out there is what it is then when you're coming to the house. And then of course you have like the main back door then still left there as it would be then. And of course with that one, you would also have the ability to have a new garage built in place there as it would be then. That would be a little bit longer as well because it would extend that way a little bit towards the woods and stuff. And it may be like a 2-car garage at that point. And then you could do like a door into the garage that would then come into that back mud room and stuff like that then. And from there, it would basically just be, a matter of finances, what it is then. And I'm assuming, like, given our current, climate and everything like that, a couple $100,000 probably is what that would cost you to build onto this house is my guess over time, which, again, depending if you have family and friends who can get you, like, deals and stuff like that, it might be, like, half that or maybe, like, a third of that or something like that then. So it'd be, like, 80 to 100K then or something like that maybe. So, but yeah, it's a whole thing, man. But only time will tell. And like I said, it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully, like I said, he'll come here this weekend or something like that, and then we'll cut the deal if that be the case then. Him and his wife will like it, and then be like, okay, cool, we'll take it. So, because like I said, when you got a bunch of stuff out of the room, then you can have like a decent room here is what it is, man. It's just because even with my brother's chair now gone, like this room looks a lot bigger than it used to be, honestly. But yeah, the real problem is it's like, again, is it really big enough for a family of 5? I mean, shit, man, growing up, you could barely fit a family of 4 at that point. So, like, could it actually stabilize as a family of 5? Maybe. Would they be comfortable without adding some stuff onto it? Probably not. Like I said, I personally, if I was a family of 5, I definitely want 2-bedroom or 2-bathroom place at that point. Whereas be out 1 bathroom already is what it is. That's good, obviously, but like, yeah, like the first thing I'd be doing is like basically making like another bathroom in this place, some places what it is then. And I know he has the skill set to do that, obviously, is what it'd be. And so does his family for that matter. So it wouldn't be a big issue there if that be the case. It would just be, again, like adding on some stuff and then figuring some stuff out there is what it is then. So yeah, it's just the whole thing though. But anyway, I'm gonna go see if I can get that the rest of that bread out of those pans and then get it on get in some bags and put those bags maybe in the fridge or something like that to let them, chill that and not be all gross in the next couple of days then. That would be kind of cool to the thing or whatever then. Yeah, nothing else, we could just heat it up in the microwave or something then next couple of days when my aunts get here and have them try it then for the first time. So, well, technically I wouldn't try it for the first time. My one aunt has had it before. I think my other aunt may or may not have had it before. My third aunt cannot eat it though because she is definitely allergic to strawberries. What it is then, which is kind of funny because her son loves the things. He actually ate a whole pack of them yesterday, apparently, with one of his other sons. So it'd be her son and her grandson. So I'm wondering if she's bullshitting at that point, dude, or maybe she thought she's allergic to those berries, but it turns out she's allergic to some other berry or something like that. So who knows, man? But yeah. Obviously, if I was in her case and have an EpiPen just in case, just to be like, okay, I'm going to try this. And then it's like, if my throat starts closing up, be like, ding, Okay, cool. We're done then. Like, turns out you are allergic to it. But anyway. But yeah, it's been fun though. Like I said, man, it's been a hell of a ride here though. And like I said, I'm really gonna miss this place. I'm gonna have to move out in a couple weeks to a month or so, give or take. Found out today that the dickheads on my student loans are trying to jack it up again. Where I owe them now, it was before, I think just over 26K that they were trying to put on me now. Now it's over 27,000, almost 28. And I'm like, dude, stop fucking putting interest on this shit, seriously. Like, you're not going to get paid that. Like, you're never going to get paid that, honestly. Hell, they'd be lucky at this point if I give them $5,000 outright is what it is then, dude, for the whole thing. And they'd be lucky to get that from me right now with the way they fucked me over back in 2010, 11. So, anyway. But, yeah, needless to say, I'm still bitter about that one. You know, you think of everybody getting their fucking shit canceled. Like, why is my shit not being canceled, bro? Seriously. Like, I didn't get a degree. I didn't get anything for that fucking money. I got a failing grade in a fucking course I wasn't even going to take at the end of the day because I was going to shift fucking career paths is what it is then in that degree path. And that's what basically cost me the fucking financials, what it is there. It was a class that I ended up failing twice because I didn't understand the fucking thing because I didn't realize I was autistic at the time is what it was then. If I'd realized I was autistic, I would have definitely gone over a different pathway anyway. First off, we're probably never going to college at all if that be the case then. If I was going to go down there and move down there, it would be to go to a trade school or something maybe. And I would have gone like trades actually because even back then I was looking at like the one class I had to take early on. It was like a prerequisite to prerequisite kind of thing is what it was. And that's another thing too, by the way. When it tells you have to be there for like 2 years to take these courses and stuff like that to get this path or to get this degree path of like associate's degree or whatever it is, dude. But yet meanwhile, I was there almost 2 years and I wasn't even into every prerequisite done that I need to get done. Is what it is, bro. So when you literally have a prerequisite to a prerequisite to a prerequisite to a class you actually need for this degree, like, there ain't no way, man. Like, you're essentially talking about like a fucking four years of college, which should be a bachelor's degree to get a fucking associate's degree at that point. And it's like the fact that they cut me off within like the first 2 is what it is there because of that failing grade from that fucking computer course is what it is there is bullshit entirely. So yeah, they're lucky if I ever pay them the actual principal of the fucking balance. It should be about $9,000 or so because that'd be having $9,000 to give them money at that point. Which at that point, I'm pretty sure with depending on the house and sale right now, like I'd be lucky if I can come up with like $5,000 once all said and done, dude, to pay them off then. They still have money to live on after that then. So, yeah, needless to say, they'd be lucky to get like 5 right now is what it is. And that'd be 5 outright to just close the fucking account out and be like, sorry, you know, get fucked. You're not getting the rest is what it is and your bullshit interest things, dude. It's like, that's the thing too, by the way. It's like, okay, it would be one thing if it was like, let's say $12,000, right? Like outright right now, which would be like $3,000 in interest or whatever the case be then. When you have literally charged me 3 fucking times, or sorry, 2 fucking times now, because obviously the original $9,000 is what I'm talking about there. But yeah, it's 3 times what it fucking should be right now, dude, pretty much. Over the last 14 years. Like, how the fuck is that even legal, dude? It's not. It's fucking criminal. It's fucking government being criminals again. That's what it is, bro. It's bullshit what it is. So, anyway, it's just a bunch of government fuckery is what it ends up being at the end of the day. So, yeah, that being said, I'm going to try to get, I'm going to go check on those bread pieces then and see if they're still hot to the touch or not. Because if they're not, I'm going to go ahead and just grab them out then and try to shimmy them out of the thing. If that's the case, then with the a mix of the one of Mom's cake icing deals, whatever the case be then, and then probably a spoon would be my guess underneath them then. So, but yeah, other than that though, it's been fun. It's been real. It's been really interesting. I'm super glad to hear that Colorado's assault band died today is what it is then. That's good to know. At least for now anyway. I'm sure that piece of shit Tim Hortons is gonna bring it back again in 2025 or something like that. He's still in the state house then. If he doesn't get primary the fuck out this go around then. I don't think Colorado's primaries until like August or something like that's what it is, dude. So hopefully I'll do a catch a challenge by then and be ousted in like one term or something like that for the case then. And I'll just never heard from him again, whatever the case then or whatever. So, because his commie ass has no business being in power right now is what it is, dude. None of them do. So, anyway. But, yeah, that being said, though, that's where we're at for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I will see y'all in the next one. Have a good one, y'all. Stay safe, stay vigilant, all that good stuff like that. And come back again, because we're going to be doing more Cooking with the Networks on this channel, and we're going to be doing more other stuff on this channel, too, for that matter. At one point, I'm going to try to do... After I move, I'm going to do every single bread I've ever had in this thing, which would be a lot of them, actually. There is a lot of breads to make in this. In fact, I'm going to go see exactly how many there is right now on this back piece. Because there should be a telling of how many is actually here. Okay, so we got recipes for muffins, which I know I've done those before. And they were pretty good. We have a recipe for biscuits. We have a recipe for, let's see, we got a recipe for muffins, recipe for biscuits. We have a, okay, that would be, what you call it? And then we got specialty breads. We got a pear bread, which we've done before. Mom and I did back in the day. It was pretty good. And we got the strawberry bread that I just did tonight. Then we have peanut butter bread, and then we got pumpkin bread. And then you have southern cornbread muffins or sticks. That's one of these ones. And then we also have a chocolate waffle, which I think that requires a waffle maker, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it requires waffle iron. Okay, I'm going to buy a waffle iron on that one to make that one then eventually. And then we got buckwheat pancakes is the last thing in here. So I might make those at some point then. Oh, nice. Yeah. So I started doing this back in 1999. And then by the time it was all said and done, my project was completed 6/13 of 2000. So it's almost 24 years to the date now. So, yeah, I made the strawberry. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I made muffins on May the 3rd. I made the biscuits on May the 1st. Did the pear bread on the 10th, June 10th of 2000. Did the strawberry bread July 3rd of 2000, which I think that's where I did the competition for that one. And then I did a pumpkin bread on 6/13/2000 as well. So I never did cornbread, never did chocolate waffles, never did buckwheat pancakes. So I love how it says for the work habits on the top of this, though. It's like, did you wash your hands? It's like, yes, I did. That should be the first rule, by the way, of cooking. Is always wash your hands before you start kneading shit with your bare hands or whatever. Well, technically anymore, if you're doing it for commercial stuff, dude, you should be putting on gloves, honestly, on top of that then. And not getting your bare fucking disgusting hands in the fucking batter and shit like that. Especially not like the fucking Indian guys do, where they'll put their whole goddamn arm in the fucking thing and then just be like, stir, and it's all that fucking hair like coming off into the fucking shit. So it's like, you got a fucking spatula thing there, dude, or you got like a big ass fucking like soup ladle thing. Like, use the fucking soup ladle for God's sakes, bro. Like, Jesus Christ. So anyway, but nah, seriously though. Yeah, it's just fucking nasty ass people, man. And there was that one video we were watching on one of Honda's chats where they were just like sweeping up like a little spot in front of these people and then just like dumping a big old fucking like chunk of like rice ball gross shit in front of them then to eat. And it's like, no wonder these people got fucking all kinds of disease and shit, dude. It's like they're all just a bunch of fucking filthy floor eating motherfuckers. What it is there at that point, dude. Just eating off dirty ass floors and shit. and then taking spray bottles and fucking making a weird fucked up bidet up their ass at that point then to like spray the shit everywhere on the fucking walls. Because they live in some third world fucking shithole is what it is. Yeah, just nasty, nasty shit, man, for real. But anyway, like I said, that's almost midnight though. I got some stuff I gotta do then and gotta get some sleep here at some point. I'm gonna finish this pizza obviously first before I do that, but yeah, it's been interesting, man. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing Buckshot Thursday this week because my aunts will be here to help me clean the place up and stuff like that. So I'm going to have the time to do it when they're here, if that be the case, or how long they'll be here for. So if they leave before I would do it, I'll probably do it, like I said, like 6:30, 7 o'clock that night or whatever the case be then. Maybe just do it directly to Tactic Muffin Tops chat or something like that Thursday night or something. Because I know he technically goes 8 my time. He'll be 7 o'clock his time. So it'd be like, maybe do it like 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time then. Just do like the hour then and just go straight into Tacticals chat or something like that. Then at 8 o'clock my time, 7 o'clock his time then. So, but yeah, anyway, it's been fun though. The Strawberry Bird was good, man. I'll tell you that right now. It was very good. I'm going to see how this looks now that it's set for a little bit actually before I finish off tonight. Because I have the plate sitting over there right now that has the chunk I took out earlier and was eaten off of. So, see if it's still wet in that one spot or not. No, it's definitely cooled down all the way. You can definitely taste the cinnamon and the sugar in this right now. Like the sugar especially is coming through right now, which knowing my luck because I've just eaten this and shit, I'm probably going to be wired just fucking like an hour or something like that. So probably have like a sugar crash and I'll look another sugar rush or something like that in the next hour or so. And all that shit. So, but anyway. Need to figure out what the fuck everybody do with my Kleenex here is what it is, because they need a pack now. I don't know where the fuck they're at now. Not sure where they got set the other day. Probably the bedroom there is my guess. But who knows? But yeah, I'm gonna go check on the go check out there on the stuff then, and then we're gonna go. I'm gonna call it a day on that one right now. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe to talk about some stuff where it might just be waiting to Honda's chat and then just talking about the AWB on there as it'll be. But yeah, for those that haven't heard yet, Colorado's AWB Saltman's ban bill that would have literally destroyed like pretty much like 90% of all firearms in that state from being owned legally by people has thankfully been defeated now. And at least for this General Assembly anyway. It'll probably be brought back next General Assembly in the 2025 season, or depending if the supermajority of Democrats in Colorado actually want to bring it back legit this season, they'd have to do a special session then at some point in the next 7 months then, because they'll have more days left in their regular calendar for this year is what it is then. So, well, technically they do. Actually, they got 2 more days, which is Tuesday and then Wednesday. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, it basically had a thing where they didn't do it today is what it was on Monday. So you basically had to have them do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday if they wanted to do it at all. And they never did on Monday then. So yeah, it basically just got, killed on arrival as it was then, which is a good thing, obviously. And yeah. Keep the good work, Coloradans. As much as you get people to like leave that place, dude, like it was because of you guys that got defeated, honestly. There's the same thing here in Ohio. Back in 2019 when I got my fight started here, dude. There's a reason why I'm going to right now for 6 years almost, because it was 2018 midterms. Hell, I think even 6 years actually. It was November of 2018 was when I first bought my first gun then. And it was out of fear they were going to have Democrats do some shit, honestly, and be able to do that bullshit like blue wave in 2018 then, which really in reality was fucking blue cheese what it was, honestly, dude. Just like 2020, just like 2022, just like 2024 is going to be here is what it is. And yeah, you had them basically do a bunch of fuckery there to get AOC and the rest of these fucking retarded pieces of shit in the squad in there then. And as soon as I saw that fucking garbage ass bitch in there, and I'm just like, nope, I'm going to be armed now. So I did what I had to do, sold a bunch of magic cards back then, bought my first handgun, and never looked back, dude. And then obviously went forward, did some other stuff, bought some other things. Shotgun here, another handgun there. Eventually got some 22s and stuff like that. Got the 15-22 that got stolen eventually. And then, this past year now, after that got stolen, obviously I'm planning to get an AR for real then is what it was. And then now I got 2 of them. So, and hopefully before the end of this year, there'll be 3 of them. So that'd be nice to have them, man. Which at some point, I'm hoping that my plan right now actually is going to be something like this would be able to be, I'm planning on doing one as a dedicated 22 conversion in it. So there would be 2 that would be actual functioning like 5.56 rifles, and there's going to be one that would be like a 22 functioning rifle then. And then there'd be, I really, really want to get a 15-22 again is what it would be though. So I'm not sure if I'd really do that or really do the conversion kit then if that'd be the case though. But yeah, I really want to get a 15-22 replacement though, mostly because I have a bunch of mag stuff for it that they didn't take, thankfully. But yeah, it just sucks, man. I definitely want to work with lawmakers this rest of this year and into next year and stuff like that to get their asses off, get them off their fucking asses to actually do something that is pro 2A for this state, which is basically having Ohio become one of the first states, not the first state that is in this nation or whatever. Then that would be like, hey, if somebody's gun is stolen and it can be replaced, like that person after a year, if the cops haven't found it at that point, has the ability to make a claim with the state. That's what it is. And if they make that claim and they get that payout, then if that firearm is ever found, then it becomes state property, as it would be then, because they've already been given the cash to replace their other ones. That's what it is then. So, because that's the thing with me right now. It's like, yeah, it'd be nice to have that, fucking cash in here right now, because nothing else would be, almost a month's rent. If that'd be the case in many cases, or pretty close to it anyway. Or it'd be enough to cover a new version of that gun, and then probably some ammo too on top of that then. So, but unfortunately that's not the case right now, and it just sucks, dude. So anyway, but yeah, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day on that one. Go ahead and figure out the stuff with this bird out there, make sure the ants aren't at it. I don't think they are though, because I think it's I don't believe we have any ants right now is what it is though. Although I did see a big ass spider come through here in the last day or so is what it was then. In the last basically 6 hours or so when I was moving stuff around earlier. So I think that got his ass. But yeah, plan right now is basically get the bread out of the loaf pans there and soak the loaf pans in some stuff and get them to be able to dump out their shit is what it is then at some point in the future then. So, but yeah, other than that though, it's going to be a whole thing there, and yeah, it is what it is, man. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been real. It's been interesting. It's been an interesting day entirely, man. And I'm glad I was able to do this though. I will say though, that batter makes a big mess. So it's smart to be able to have that ready to roll immediately then and be able to clear it out then if you need to clear it out then. So, and just down it through the sink or whatever then if that be the case then. So, but anyway, but yeah, other than that though, that's pretty much what I'm at for the day, man. So, super happy for Honda and company that they don't have to deal with the AWB bullshit for the next, X amount of months here for the rest of the year. Like I said, unless, of course, these douchebag Democrats, they're trying to pull the fucking special session kind of crap, which is possible. And I guarantee that'll be the only thing on the docket, that was what it would be, though. But it depends if Polis really wants to do that stuff and risk getting sued, then that's what it is as well, dude, which I don't think he does, honestly. You know, as much shit as people give that guy, like, which he is a fucking scumbag, sack of crap for, you know, the abortion on demand, moment of birth, kind of stuff like that, and like just a pure demonic asshole, basically. You know, it depends. If he doesn't pull this shit, you know, at least I'll give him that one, honestly, on that. So, now, granted, doesn't make the guy a good guy. No, it doesn't, because he's still a piece of shit in general. Again, every single one of these Democrats is behind that crap, dude. The second they submitted their names onto that as a sponsor or co-sponsor, they should have been removed from office at that point in time in history. Charged with deprivation of the law, done at least a year and a day in prison. Never hold office again after that. That's what it is then. So, yeah. That's the problem right now. We don't charge people with those crimes, though, because they're misdemeanors instead of felonies. So, but anywho. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of my strawberry bread, though. Obviously, like I said, the actual recipe for the bread itself, what you need for the ingredients there, is in the description. I showed you on camera here in the first hour or so how to actually, you know, mix it together is what it is, and then I talked about how to do it and whatnot. So, you know, which is basically you start out with the eggs and the flour, or the eggs and the sugar, and mix those up real good until like almost like a pudding batter kind of deal there. And then that's when you throw in your vegetable oil / canola oil, which is what we use for this one now tonight. And you also throw a little bit of vanilla in there. And then now I think about it, that might be what I'm tasting actually, was the vanilla. Was a mix of like the cinnamon, the sugar, and the vanilla together. If that be the case, that would make sense actually, because I think that's coming on my palate now is what it is. It's mixed between the strawberry-ness of it and the vanilla of it is what it is then. You put those two things in there together, and then you throw the beat those together again is what it is, to a little bit, and then you take the flour, baking soda, baking powder, cinnamon, salt, and throw all those in together. And then from there, it's basically adding the strawberries last, and then mixing that all together really well is what it is then, which at that point, technically, if you have a mixer, use the fucking mixer, dude, because you really need to use the mixer, honestly, for this thing. Which, sadly, I don't have one of those because Mom's was taken by my sister a long time ago. So, which, even if I did have it, I wouldn't know really how to use it, honestly. So it's like, it is what it is, man. Really, I just need an electric beater thing is what it is. Then I can just beat the shit with the electric beater or whatever the case be then. So, and get to a good consistency or whatever then. So, but anyway. But yeah, I think I did pretty good though for my first time doing this solo in many, many years. So, anyway. Like I said, that's been fun. It's been real. Have a good one, y'all. Stay safe, stay vigilant, all that good stuff. Always be carrying. Always do what you need to do to get stuff done. And remember that an army always marches on their stomach. And if they're hungry, they're not going to be able to march. So always be prepared to cook. Always be prepared to know how to cook. And always come back to Cooking with the Network. Have a good one, y'all. See ya.